So Carmen Cardenas graduated, I should remember this, the 3 years ago,
2018, that's
2018.
correct.
And then I was at some event where I ran into somebody who you used to work with. I remember that. And now you're working at Rootstrap. So welcome and tell us what you're up to at Rootstrap.
Yeah, thank you. And first of all, thank you for the invite. I'm really excited to be speaking with you today and being able to share my experience. As I talk, feel free to jump in, ask questions. I even prepared a small presentation. So let me share my screen. I'm still, um, I enjoy preparing slides and so let me know if you guys can see it.
Looking good.
Good. Cool. So good opportunity today to take me back to my graduation day and my life at Bentley, and I'm just excited. Um, Bentley for me was life-changing, if I may, and I'll tell you a little bit more about me. I'm originally from La Paz, Bolivia. I earned the scholarship to attend Bentley and get my dual master's degree. Before Bentley, I used to work as a civil engineer in Bolivia. I used to manage construction projects, uh, fun days. But now I changed careers and I'm working as a senior project manager at a software development agency. So I'll tell you a bit more how I got there. And just FYI, I love playing volleyball and Sudoku as well. So hopefully some of you guys enjoy some of that as well. Um, Talking about my career journey, as I was saying, Bentley had a big impact um, because it opened my eyes to a world of opportunities. Um, like I said before, I used to manage construction projects, manage different projects in my local country, and manage budgets, supervise construction work and all of that. But that was not really, at some point, I felt that was not really my passion, and I didn't see myself continuing in that industry. So um, I decided to look for different opportunities. During my whole career as a civil engineer, I always enjoyed technology and talking to clients and getting things done mostly. Um, Even I experimented with basic programming during my undergraduate days, with Visual Basic and Microsoft Excel macros and things like that. So I was always curious about that. So I decided to you know uh, find opportunities that involved technology, but not at a very technical level, and also um, keep my journey on managing projects and the business side of things. So that's why when I found Bentley, joined the master's program, and like I said, at Bentley, many opportunities. The one that joined us, all of us here today, the CIS Sandbox. I was able to work there as well, and got experience with many technologies, even AI and virtual reality, many projects, and that was one key takeaway of my life during Bentley. Get and some advice I can share today is spend time experimenting, learning, exploring, and networking with people. Another thing that really helped me was listening to other students' stories like we're doing today. Because like I said, I was not really um, I didn't really know what I was gonna do after I graduated Bentley. I knew I had some idea, but wasn't really sure which career path to follow. So experimenting, exploring, networking is key, and also getting internships. So while I was at Bentley, I was able to get an internship, which then later landed as a full-time job. And uh, many good things happened there. So just wanted to dig deeper while at Bentley, what I did that really helped me find a job and find my current career path. First of all, network with alumni, listen to their stories like we're doing today. It really helped me while I was a student at Bentley, because I wanted to hear from them their experiences, um, the good and the bad things, and with that information make decisions. Also talk to professors, learn about their career journeys. um, we have many good professors at Bentley, and some of them, if not most, um, were executives at different companies before being professors. And also our professors have really important networks. So one of the things that really helped me was getting informational interviews. Also, another thing that I could recommend you guys, ask your professors if they could introduce you to certain executives to learn about their careers, and you know, just hear from them and learn from what they have done. I added a note there. Do this as a networking activity. Do not go immediately call them and ask them for a job. Not recommended, because first you need to build a relationship. So actually, through an informational interview, that's how I got my first internship, but after a year and a half, because a professor introduced me to some executives that were willing to share their experience with me. I met with them, grabbed a cup of coffee for 15 minutes, asked a few questions, kept in touch, requested if I could, you know, uh, link with them via LinkedIn or via email, if I could shoot them a note sometimes, and ask them for their advice. I honestly wanted to get advice from people who were actually, uh, you know, doing the job that I wanted to pursue. And eventually, one of the people I met introduced me to another people who, at the end, offered me an internship. And so, highly recommended if you guys are looking for internships and eventually a full-time job. Try doing that. So I joined this company in Boston during my internship as an assistant IT project manager. I wanted, again, do something with technology related, but not very technical, because I learned about different coding languages, but I knew I was not good at that. Like you how I was saying, if you guys are, there are many career paths for technical people, but if not, if you're more interested in a blend between IT and business, maybe my career journey is a good example, because as an IT project manager, I was managing um, a product, a digital product at this company, but I was working with many stakeholders, uh, business executives who were making decisions about the product. Also, I was working together with marketing people, as well as internal operations. I was even able to work with the legal and finance team, because they had input for the development of this product. So basically, as a project manager, I was able to interact with many areas of the business, as well as the technical team. I was able to interact with the developers, technical leads, etc. By doing that, I think it was key because then I was able to learn from my colleagues what their roles were about. I, for example, I was able to meet with um, the developers. I knew what they were doing on a day-to-day basis. And again, I couldn't see myself doing that because they were very technical. I needed to get certified and learn many more languages, which I was not looking forward to do. But thanks to my dual degree at Bentley, I knew the basics, so I was able to keep a conversation and at least know which technologies could be used for our product. Also, I was able to interact with product managers, and this role really caught my attention because they would own the product and think about different ways to make these products user friendly and actually deliver value to customers. And they would just keep these products as their babies, basically. And at the same time, they would manage and interact with executives to understand the business requirements and the goals, as well as understand the limitations. So I got promoted into that role, but because I was able to learn and train myself during my first months at this job, and then I could pick a path within the same company. I learned a lot. Again, networking with colleagues was also key because I wouldn't have been able to learn about these different roles if I didn't talk to them. Um, but one thing I want to highlight, this was a startup company. It was a really fast growing startup. So despite the fact that I had a defined role, um, if you guys are going to join a startup, you guys are gonna wear many hats, and also you have to be prepared for that. I wasn't at the beginning, and I had to invest more hours at the job, like you was saying. Also, um, it's usually a 40-hour week, but for these roles, you have to invest more time than that. Um, Also because you're learning and there is a learning curve. But if it's a startup, you should expect to be wearing multiple hats. I was wearing the product manager hat, as well as project manager hat, as well as sometimes Scrum Master role, which I will explain later. But yes, that's one very important thing to keep in mind. And then I decided to move to a bigger company after I left this company uh, in good terms. Um, I joined a software development agency where now I manage more projects, different clients, but I decided to go back to project manager role where I can interact with business stakeholders, understand the requirements and translate that into what we can build for them so they achieve their business goals. So during your job, also remember to keep networking, like I was saying. That really helped me personally. Listen to their stories as well. Um, if you can, get asked to get involved in different projects. That way you can learn about different products, different roles, and even that might help you identify which career path you might want to take. So going into specifics about which roles involve both business and IT. Well, since I am working at the software development company, these are the roles that I interact with the most. I can briefly describe each of them. The developers, as you guys know, they have to have specific knowledge, learn about different languages, like you was saying, also be very technical. They spend most of the time writing code, um, sitting in front of the computer. That is true, but also they get involved in team meetings, business decisions, because you have to interact with them since they are the ones who are going to build the products. So they are key members of the, software development teams. Then you might have heard about business analysts, which in my experience are similar to IT project managers because they get to participate with executives and business stakeholders, understand what they want, understand their requirements, and somehow translate them for the developers to tackle and build those products. Um, the Scrum Master, um, as you may have learned or are gonna learn in future subjects at Bentley, Agile is a methodology that is very helpful for software development. And this methodology recommends a team of a Scrum Master, a product owner, alongside the developers. So the developers are the ones building the products. The Scrum Master is a facilitator. This person is not technical, and this person focuses on the team. They try to understand what the team needs to develop certain features, to resolve blockers, and mostly focuses on the team members to get them what they need and make sure they are happy with what they are doing. On the other side, the product owner focuses on the product itself. The product is their baby. They're gonna identify which features are needed for certain functionalities. These people are the ones writing the user stories, making sure these stories have all the acceptance criteria that would satisfy the business requirement. And this person will also get in touch with Scrum Master, the developers, and make sure everything is on track. From there, we have the product manager, the role that I was performing. And the product manager is product owner and project manager at the same time, because the product manager will get involved with the product and the Scrum team to make sure that the product is built as requested by business stakeholders. But it also will communicate with executives and make sure this product is following an established roadmap. And at the same time, the product manager might be managing other products at the same time and making sure all of them are synced and deployed and delivered at the specific dates so that they make sense for the business. Then there comes the project manager, my current role. And by the way, you might hear that some of these roles share certain tasks, but some of them are also specific for the role. In the case of the project manager, I think the best description is that's the person that gets things done. This one would be, following the roadmap, making sure people deliver on committed dates, and this person will make sure to keep things on budget. So as a project manager, I am able to view the finances and make sure we deliver on what we have committed, estimate the deliverables and ensure that with clients. So in my role, I am able to, on a daily basis, speak with clients, prepare proposals for them, um, you know, keep their budget in mind at all times, and negotiate with them as well. Because in my role, um, I get to meet with certain clients that they want certain products delivered in, say, 4 weeks, but when they share their requirements with us, it's actually a 1 year project. So we have to negotiate with them and help them understand what we can deliver in under certain budget, under certain dates, because also software development is not magic. It takes time. And so as a project manager, I have to have um, clear communications with the clients, help them understand the pros and cons of the requirements, and negotiate. So also another advice there, if you have negotiation classes, communication or public speaking, leadership classes, uh, join those classes, which will help them if you want to join one of these career paths or roles that involve both business and IT. The last two roles are more related to marketing. Both of them involve business, marketing, IT as well. The product marketing manager also focuses on the specific software product. These people will make sure the client learns about the product that has been developed. In my experience, these people are closely in touch with the product managers to make sure the product is ready for a go-to-market date, make sure all the communications are prepared for that date, and make sure that the client knows, or the consumers are aware that this product is coming, and actually they use this product. So if you're interested in marketing as well and software products, this is a very interesting role. And then if you are more interested in the UI side of things, the visuals, well, UX and UI designers are actually an important team member of the software development product, because they will design all the visuals, make sure those make sense for the users, and actually uh, these are the ones who will make sure the call to actions are actually clicked on, so that the users have a good experience and keep using these products. So if you're interested in the visual side of things, plus IT, this is also an interesting role. For most of these roles, there are certifications, and you can learn more about them. I listed one page here, which I got certified in. It's the Scrum Alliance, and you can see they offer certifications for Scrum Master, product owners. Even if I'm not mistaken, they have for business analyst, but I might be wrong on that. But yeah, go check that out and learn more about these roles. That's all I had prepared for today. I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys might have now.
Carmen, thank you. Comments or questions for Carmen? How did you find yourself adapting to the so many different roles that you put up there that you had? It seems like you would need to either learn a lot of stuff really quickly, or make use of skills that you've developed and apply them in different ways.
Yeah, the first key was finding a good mentor there. Good mentors, actually, who were able to identify the things that I was good at before I was even able to notice them. It was you guys, professors, as well as these executives that I met through networking events. And they common denominator was get a job where you get to interact with many business areas. So I was able to join the IT project management, where I was able to interact, like I said, with many sides of the business, and at the same time identify which career path I wanted to follow. Once I landed the job, I think what was helpful was really raise my hand and try to join as many projects as I could so that I could deliver value with my skills. I was really good at Excel, for example, and creating roadmaps and things like that. Uh, I was also good at, like I said, basic coding. So I was able to join some projects and give support on that. And so by interacting with colleagues, providing value while I was learning, I think that those were the key items that led me to my current role as well.
This is your second position since you left Bentley, right?
That is correct. I was
Muted. You're muted.
sorry about that.
So yeah.
I was saying that the first job I landed after Bentley was at Globalization Partners in Boston. And then I stayed there for 2 years. And now I joined Rootstrap, which is a company in San Francisco, LA. And they also have headquarters in Uruguay. And we're growing really fast, but it is a much bigger company. So that's what I was looking for. And I've been there 4 months now.
I forgot that you're in San Francisco now.
No, I'm actually in Bolivia right now.
You're in Bolivia right now. Here, I thought you were going to get the furthest speaker award, but actually, I think you're going to be beaten out by the person who's coming next week. Just who's going to be joining us from Kuwait. So you get the second furthest away award. Um, how did you know that it was time to switch?
Mm, honestly, I was getting a little overwhelmed and tired because of what I shared, working more hours than the traditional weekly work hours, plus wearing multiple hats at the same time was tiring. At some point, I got burned out. So I wanted to get more specific into which role I wanted to perform. And that's why I chose the project manager role and started looking for new roles. And also, I wanted to get the experience of working at a much bigger company. And so I thought it's time. I think I have contributed all that I could to the previous company and decided to make the switch.
Great. Who else has a comment or a question or a reaction to Carmen today? Cheryl?
Um, yeah, so first of all, thank you for sharing your experiences. And my questions would be like, what are the technical skills required to be a project manager? And also like, why did you pick project manager over product manager?
Sure. Technical skills, not many. Um, what I learned during my MSIT program was good enough. I learned Java, just the basics. I learned a little Python on my own as well. But
So
again,
did I.
and you have plenty of resources online to do so. But again, for me, it was not what I was good at, so I didn't get um, deeper into those languages. But yes, it's good to know just the basics so that you are able to maintain conversations with your colleagues and fellow developers. And why I chose project over product was because I wanted to be more involved on the business side of things, understand the clients, understand their budgets, and make sure understand what it costs to develop certain software products so that I can, help the clients understand what they can build with what they have. And be involved in those executive decisions. And that's the difference, the big difference between project and product management, because product will be more focused on the product itself, the features, how it looks, how it performs. But this person wouldn't get much involved in budget related conversations, for example.
Thank
But
you.
thank you for the question.
Okay, then, before we stop, I want to thank Carmen for coming, and again, thanks to you, Hal, for sharing earlier. I also want to give a shout out to Sarah, who's made our graphics for this series, and I think this is the one. Next week, we have 3 speakers coming. The first half, one of the first half, I believe, will be with part of it. I'm not sure who's going first. Well, we'll be with Omar Almandani from Kuwait, who works at DARS, which is a major educational software company in Kuwait. Omar worked in the sandbox when it first opened in 2010, and I had the privilege of being reconnected with him last year when I was in England, and I'll tell that story and talk and try not to say too many embarrassing things about Omar when I see him next week. So please come for his presentation. And also, Sarah, let's see if I can find it. This one. Nope. This one. Nope. That's today. This one. You have, let's try again. Tejas Shah and Viraj Ayashit are going to come back. They're at PwC, and they're both in different consulting roles at PwC, and they'll share the second or the other half or one half of the hour together, talking about what it's like to be a consultant working at PwC. So please join us for those, and I'll send out an email about those later in the week. So Rebecca, you expect another email from me next Monday night reminding you of this, and hopefully everybody else will get these too. And thank you for coming today as well. And thanks to Carmen again for your presentation today.
My pleasure, and good to see you all. Good luck with everything, and stay healthy.
Thanks so much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.